want to share with you a mini movement break for happy hips. And the first place we start for happy hips is down at the feet. So grab a ball, a tennis ball or a massage therapy ball, whatever you have around the house, and we're going to roll our feet. So just set that down and place the foot there. We're going to roll the whole entire foot. I've got a friend here I'm babysitting this week, and this little guy doesn't leave my side, so he'll probably be in a lot of the video. So we're just rolling our feet. And it's like a mini massage for the foot, but it also brings mobility back. So make sure you roll the whole entire surface of your foot. You can get right back there at the base of the heel. Be gentle, especially if you have plantar fasciitis. And it's great to roll like this 1 to 2 minutes. And we won't go quite that long today. We'll switch to the other side. So make sure you're getting both feet really rolling. You may notice that one foot is more tender than another. So see what happens in your body, what you notice, what you feel. And just be sure to get that whole entire foot, both sides. And then we'll set the ball off to the side. And we're going to grab a blanket or towel, whatever you have. And we're going to fold that to just the right thickness that we can get a calf stretch. And what you're going to do is put the ball of your foot up on the blanket, heel down. And we're going to keep that heel pressing down. You'll start to feel some stretch in the calf. And if you need a little more stretch, you take that free foot and just walk it forward. A couple of things that I want you to notice is that the feet are facing forward and that you're not leaning into this. Just have a nice straight neutral spine here. We'll stay here with this for a moment. Should be a nice stretch, but you're not trying to overdo it. And any of these exercises, you could break them down. Of course, we can do them all together like we are here today, or you can break them down and choose one to do throughout your day at different times. Okay, and then we'll switch feet. So put that ball of the foot on the blanket, pressing down through the heel. Now one side might be tighter than the other, just notice. And then if you want, you can step it forward. I work on this posture a lot, so I'm able to step my foot forward. You might not be able to yet. And another thing you can notice is, like, I have a tendency to roll out towards the pinky. See if you do the same or something different, and try to place the weight evenly through the ball of the foot. Okay, and then we'll set that blanket just out to the side. And I want you to come to stand with the feet as close as you can get them. Hopefully you can get the heels to touch. And we're going to do calf raises. So we're lifting the heels and lowering. And what we don't want to happen is the ankles to sway in or out. Take them straight up and down. And you can always find something to hold on to and do that. So the feet are close together, as close as you can get them. We're slowly lowering and lifting. See if you can do 10 of these, maybe 20. And if not today, in the future. All right, and then we'll go back to the calf stretch. So grab your blanket, and we'll put the ball of the foot on the blanket, heel pressing down. We'll think about our posture, and then step forward if you need some more stretch from here. And then we'll switch sides. Just enjoy the breath while you're here. And you might notice, is it a little easier the second time around, or is it the same? Okay, and then we'll set that blanket off to the side. And then this time, we're going to do some more heel raises. I want you to kind of pigeon toe, or like a little duck, more like a duck. Turn the toes out and lift the heels. Lift and lower. And if you feel a little off balance, go ahead and grab the wall or something sturdy to hold on to. Lift and lower. So by turning the feet out, we're just working the calf in a different angle. We want to make sure that that whole muscle is strong. See how many you can do, and stop. Of course, stop when you feel tired. I love to do these in the morning, right before I jump in the shower. Getting a little movement snack in anytime I can. All right, we'll let that go. Let's come back to the blanket one more time. This time we're going to put both feet on our blanket. So balls of the feet to the blanket, heels down on the mat. We're going to hinge at our hips. And when we do, we're going to send our bottom back behind the heels. And we're only going as far as we can keep that tailbone lifted. So if it tucks, I look kind of rounded like this. I want to keep it lifted, nice long back. And this is to get a little stretch in the hamstrings. And you also may be feeling it in the calves as well, because we've got the foot elevated on the blanket. And then bend the knees and let's come up. And let's set that blanket off to the side now. Now we're going to come to our chair, and we're going to put our hands in the chair, and we're in that same hip hinge position. Now, if the chair is a little too low, grab something like yoga blocks, whatever you have, and you can bring the height of the chair up. And that could ease some of the pressure out of the hamstrings if that chair is too low. I like my hands in the chair, so that's the way I'll do it. You choose your way. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then I take the hips back, just like we did before, behind the heels, and then I'll rock forward. So a dynamic stretch just means we have some movement in the stretch. And this last one, we're going to take the hips back and hold. Might take 5 nice breaths here. Now let's walk the feet wide. I'm taking mine, I'm on a mat, so a little wider than my mat or a little wider than your hips. And this time we're going to rock the hips side to side. So the hips are going this way, side to side, but with our hands in the chair. And so as we shift to one side, we'll have a little pause, and then we'll shift, pause for about a breath. So always paying attention to the body. What do you feel? What do you notice? And so anytime we work on the hips, we're also working to have a healthy pelvic floor. All right, and then bend the knees, like squat and come up. And the last thing we're going to do is get a stretch through the front of the thighs. If you have a strap, you might like that, or you might be able to just reach back and grab the foot. If you can do that, or strap a scarf, anything you have around the house, you can take it and put it around that foot, and then pull that foot up towards your bottom. Now we're trying to get the knees in line with each other. And so I hope we can get a stretch to the front of the body. And just make sure you're not doing a big back bend here. Bottom of the ribs stay down. And we'll release and do the other side. Now I'm able to grab my foot, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to lift the leg, getting a nice work for the hip flexor here. Grab my ankle and then pull that leg back and down. Trying to line up the knees. And we'll let that go. And now one for a little higher up in the front of the hips. So you're going to need a chair once again. And we're going to turn that chair this way so you can see me. And I'm going to come to sit. And I'm going to have one hip hanging off that chair. My other hand can use the back of the chair to hold on. And I'm going to walk that foot back. So it's like doing a lunge on the floor. It's just more accessible. And then walk that foot back till maybe feel a little bit of a stretch to the front of that hip. And we'll hold. Just enjoy the breath here. And you might release the toes, top of the foot on the earth, and we'll get a top of the foot stretch while we're here. And let's release that and we'll slide around in our chair. Do the opposite side. Move my blanket here. Amen. And then one more thing you could do here is the side that you're stretching, you could take that arm up, only as high as you can keep that bottom rib down. So this would be the bottom of the ribs. And then take that arm over, side bend. And we'll release that and come back up to stand. And last little bit to get you going back into your day, we're going to do some rebounding. So all that is just a little lift up the heels, and then this time we plop them down. Plop. So creating a little vibration through the body. It's a great way to move the lymph, great for the lymphatic system. It's also great for bone density, stimulating the bones. And if you'd wish, you could put more of a hop into it. However you choose. And then shake out the arms, shake the legs. It's also great for balance here. Try to shake and balance, or you could hold on if you need to. So that concludes happy, healthy hips.